Students, today we are going to study chapter number 12 of science. The name of the chapter is Electricity and Circuits. Let's start the chapter. Electricity is one of the best inventions of science. We cannot imagine our lives without electricity. Let's see uses of electricity. See, at your homes also, the bulb, tube lights burns in your house, the fan runs, all because of electricity. There is a light in your house even in dark also. It is also because of electricity. Street lights go on the roads, office work continues, there is light in hospitals, factories, lights are everywhere. All because of electricity. Even on a hot summer day, when you feel very hot, fans run, coolers and AC works with whose help? With the help of electricity only. Even for a day, if you think that for a day, when electricity goes out in summer and not a single equipment of your works, then what happens? Then how much problem you face? So all this is because of electricity. The all appliances are runs because of electricity, and we are so much depends on this electricity that all work stopped if the electricity goes out. See, even your fridge runs by electricity. It is giving you cold water. Even your food prevents from getting spoiled. Now, in winter also, you use heaters to keep yourself warm and geysers to use water to heat. How is everything works? By electricity only. How many appliances are there in the house that are working with the help of electricity? Like your TV, your speakers, washing machine, iron, which is used for ironing clothes, and many more appliances are there in your house which all are working because of electricity only. Even in kitchen also, your mixer grinder, toaster, microwave oven and many more appliances are there which all are working with the help of electricity. All this is about our homes. Now, let us talk about transportation sector. Trains run by electricity nowadays. Nowadays, e-bikes are coming, e-cars are coming, even electric buses are also run these days. How much electricity is used in transportation sector? Also similarly, on workplaces, works going on in offices, how laptops, machines and printers are work? All because of electricity. When you go in the hospital, you might seen big machines. All these works because of electricity. There is so much production in big factories by big machines, all because of electricity, right? Now you must understand the importance of electricity. Imagine no electric supply for a day. How would that affect your day-to-day activities? At your home, office, transportation, hospitals, factories, etc. What difference it will make if there is no electric supply for a day? Everything is stopped. That's why I told you that electricity is one of the best inventions of science. Now, we are using electricity at our home, offices, hospitals, industries, etc., everywhere. But have you ever think from where does electricity come from? So let us understand how electricity reaches to our houses. You have seen that in our houses, tube lights, bulbs, fans, AC, coolers runs with the help of electricity. In offices also, you see that laptops, machines, All machines are works with the help of electricity. In hospitals also, electricity is provided, or it works with the help of electricity. But from where this electricity comes, how it reaches to the houses, offices, hospitals and factories. So look at this diagram. Electricity generates in this power station. See in the first picture, this is the power station. Electricity generates here. Then generally these power stations or producers of electricity are out of city, from where it transmits through poles and wires. You can see in the second picture, a big poles are there and wires are there. So electricity transmits through poles and wires, delivered to your area. You might be seen poles like in the third picture, you might be seen poles like this in your area. Okay. And through these wires and poles, the electricity reaches to your house. This way electric reaches to our homes. Means first electricity generates in power station, then it transmits to the big poles through wires, then these wires come to the reaches to your area in the big poles, and from there finally electricity reaches to your homes. You might have seen meters at your home. These meters are installed in your house, by which you know how much electricity you had used in a month. According to that, your electricity bill comes. So, electricity is made in a power plant by huge generators using coal, natural gas, water, steam or wind. You can see in the picture, these are the big number one is the big generators, which are using coal, natural gas, water, steam or wind. In second picture, you can see electricity is sent to a transformer to increase the voltage to push the current across long distances. Then electricity goes through high voltage transmission lines that stretch across the country. In fourth picture, you can see electricity reaches a substation where the voltage is lowered to it, can be delivered through smaller power lines. And in the fifth picture, you can see electricity travels through distribution lines where smaller poles top. Transformers further replace the village to make the power safe for household use. So this is the way how electricity reaches to our house, that it generates in the power station first, then it transforms to the big poles. After that it transforms again through the high voltage transmission lines that stretch across the country. Then electricity reaches a substation where voltage is lowered so that it can be delivered through smaller power lines, and then electricity travels through distribution lines where smaller pole top transformers are there, which reduces the voltage so that we safely use electricity and it reaches to our households. Okay, so I hope you understood how from where does electricity comes to our houses. Now this is, see this picture, it is very easy to plug in the appliances and use. If you want to use iron, You just plug in your appliance and switch on, okay, and it works. Similarly for refrigerator, TV, speakers, microwaves, you have to just plug in the wire, okay. Now this is all about how electricity generates and reaches to our house. Now let's see about some portable electronic devices. Now what is portable electronic devices? Portable electronic devices means the devices which you can carry from one place to another with you. They are also runs because of electricity. For example, torch, alarm clocks, remotes, camera, toys, mobile phones, laptop, even calculator, radio. How all these works? These are the portable devices you can carry with you from one place to another also. But how these works? All this works due to cells and batteries. So, till now we have learned about sources of electric current, that the main source is powerhouses, then electric cell and batteries. Now let's learn that a device that can be used to produce an electric current is called a source of electric current. Okay, so these are the three sources. That first electric generates from the powerhouse and then it reaches to our house. Okay, so we understood all the process. So, and we also read about the portable devices which we can carry from one place to another, and they runs through electric cell and batteries. Now let's understood about the electric cell first. Electric cell and batteries provide currents to these appliances and through which they works. Your torch, alarm clock, remote, toys, calculator, radio, etc. are working due to the current supplied by electric cell. Now look at the picture. This is electric cell. An electric cell helps in operating devices. An electric cell is a device used to generate electricity. Now, how you know that electricity generates in power station first, okay? But electric cell is also a source of electricity. It is a device which generates electricity and it helps to operate device. Now uses of cell. Electricity to the bulb in a torch is provided by the electric cell. When you switch on the torch, the light comes out. It is all because of electric cell. Electric cells are also used in alarm clocks, wristwatches, transistor, radios, cameras and many other devices. It has a small metal cap. Now, if you have seen the the electric cell, it has a metal cap on one side and a metal disc on the other side. You can see in the picture also, on one side it is a metal cap and then on the other side it has a metal disc. All electric cells have two terminals, a positive terminal and a negative terminal. Means this metal cap is the positive terminal of the cell and the metal disc is the negative terminal of the cell. So all electric cells have two terminals, one a positive and other is a negative. You can see in the picture clearly that positive metal cap has a positive terminal and metal disc has a negative terminal. An electric cell produces electricity from the chemicals stored inside it. Now, how this cell produce electricity? First, we learned that electricity generate or produce in power stations. But how it produces in these cells? So, electric cell produces electricity Because chemicals stored inside in the electric cell, and this chemical energy is converted into electrical energy inside a cell. When the chemicals in the electric cell are used up, the electric cell stops producing electricity. Now at your home also, that after a long time you can see that your remote is stopped working, or mobile stopped working, or you can say you can see that clocks of your house stops working. Why it is so? Because chemicals in the electric cell are used up, and then you have to change the electric cell. When you change the electric cell, then it has to works again. That means the electric cell then has to be replaced with a new one. It is also called as dry cell because it doesn't contain any liquid chemical. Electric cell is also called dry cell because it doesn't contain any liquid chemical. So, by these electric cell and batteries, electric current passes, and it helps to work all these appliances: torches, alarm clocks, camera, remotes, toys, calculator, radio, etc. Now, one important thing that you have to remember, that electric cell has produce smaller amount of electricity, that is 1.5 volt of electricity, which is very safe to use, whereas power station produce 220 volts. As I already told you that electric cell has very smaller amount of electricity. It produces 1.5 volt of electricity. But many devices need higher voltage to work. They cannot work properly with just one cell. Even if you observe your remote control of the TV, it also works with the two cells. So, why it is so? Because it needs higher voltage to work. Okay. So, higher voltage can be obtained by combining number of cells in series. Now, battery. When two or more cells are joined together in such a way that positive terminal of one cell is connected to the negative terminal of the next cell, they make a battery. Now, we learnt about cell. Now it is battery. You can see in the picture. In the picture A, two cells are combined, and they are combined in such a way that one positive terminal of one cell is connected to the negative terminal of the other cell. So they make a battery. In picture B, you can see four cells are combined to produce higher voltage. Okay. So what is battery? Electric cell is a single cell, but battery means two or more cells are joined together, combined together. Okay. Now you can see all these appliances, mobiles, laptops, all are working with a battery. You can see mobiles. Nowadays, Android mobiles are there in which battery is already transmitted, and these batteries can be charged. That means these are rechargeable batteries. They do not need cell. Remote control, alarm clocks, all they need cells, one or two cells. But these appliances like laptops, they have batteries which can be rechargeable. So I hope you all understood about the electricity here very clearly. So let's move ahead. Now answer these questions. The cell converts dash energy into dash energy. Your options are electrical, chemical, chemical electrical, mechanical electrical. Yes, your answer is right. Chemical electrical. One more question. How many terminals are there in an electric cell? Your options are 1, 3, 2, 4. Again right. The answer is 2. There are 2 terminals in an electric cell. Positive terminal and a negative terminal. Okay. So that means you all understood about the electric cell and battery. Now let's move ahead to the electric bulb. You all have seen bulb na? Yeah. So let's study about this bulb. Now, in bulb, outer covering of bulb is glass and the base is metallic. You might have seen the bulb at your houses. The outer covering is made of glass and the base is metallic. It is made by metal. The thin wire that gives off light is called the filament of the bulb. Now, thin wire, you must see in the picture also, and if you have bulb at home, so you must see that a thin wire gives off light, which is called the filament of bulb. Means this filament glows when we switch off the light. The filament is the part of the light that bulb that produces light. Means filament is the part which produces light. This glows when we switch on the bulb. Filaments in incandescent light bulbs are made of tungsten. Now, filament is made of tungsten. Remember this thing. Filament is made of tungsten. Whenever an electric current goes through the filament glows. When we switch on the light, when we switch on the bulb, the filament receives electric current and this filament glows, which produces light. You can see in the picture very clearly that there is a base glass cover, okay, and base is metallic. The thin wire, that is filament, and the base, you can see the base, metal tip of base and the base of bulb. So there are 2 points, but these 2 points will not connect each other. Okay. The filament is attached to 2 wires. One of these thick wires is connected to the metal case at the base of the bulb. The other thick wire is connected to the metal tip at the center of the base. You can see in the picture that there are 2 wires connected in the bulb. One is connected to the metal case at the base and the other thick wire is connected to the metal tip at the center of the base. The base of the bulb and the metal tip of the base are the 2 terminals of the bulb. I already told this thing that it has 2 terminals, one is positive and one is negative. These 2 terminals are fixed in such a way that they do not touch each other. I already show you in the picture that there are 2 terminals. One is the metal tip of case and the other is base of bulb. And they are made like this that they do not touch each other. Okay. Now, you can see clearly in this picture that how these cells are connected. 2 terminals of the electric cell are connected to 2 terminals of the bulb by electric wires. Now you can see in the picture 2 wires are going out. Okay. When you attach the wires of the cell and of the bulb, one picture is given of cell and one is of torchlight, or we can say bulb. Okay. When you see in the third picture, we join the both wires and the bulb glows. Means electric current will flow through the wires and bulb will glow. Understood? There are two terminals. Remember this thing, there are two terminals. One is negative and one is positive, and you have to connect these terminals properly to glow the bulb, because the electric current passes through these wires. But if you connect positive to positive and negative to negative, the bulb will not glow. You have to remember that one terminal is connected, one positive terminal is connected to the negative terminal only, then only the current will flow through the wire and bulb will glow. Understood this much? Now answer this question. Dash is the part of the bulb that produces light. Correct. Filament. Filament is the part of the bulb that produces light. Filament of a bulb is made up of tungsten. Filament of the bulb is made up of tungsten. So I hope you all understood about this cell, batteries and bulb. So this is all for today. We are going to meet soon again in our next session. Till then, bye-bye. Take care.